What's happening, headbangers? How's everyone today? Hopefully you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, if you're new around here, I'm GoreCore. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to have another music reaction, and today we're going to be checking out the brand new song and video by At the Gates. This is entitled The Fever Mask and comes off of their upcoming album, The Ghost of a Future Dead, which is due out on April 24th. Now, sadly, their vocalist Thomas Lindberg passed away from cancer last year. Fuck cancer, but his legacy will certainly live on. He may be gone, but certainly not forgotten. This band has had a huge influence on so many bands that came after them, and I think will continue to in the years to come. At the Gates was one of the first extreme bands I heard, and I can remember first hearing them, and when I heard them classified as death metal, it always threw me off because I was like, there's no guttural vocals. How is this death metal? But it certainly wasn't black metal, so they definitely brought their own sound. These guys and In Flames and Dark Tranquility really created that Gothenburg sound, and like I said, so many bands have taken from it since. So these guys will live on for years to come, so the legacy is definitely there. I'm definitely curious to see what we get with this song and the whole album in general. I will definitely be checking out. But before we do that, I do have a huge favor to ask of all of you. I just released my debut horror short film, The Treatment and the Cure. If you could take 7 minutes of your busy day to check this out, it would mean the world to us. You know, if you're into 80s vibes, you like practical gore and splatter, you like a little bit of dark humor, this might be right up your alley. You know, and especially if you're into indie horror and want to be supportive, it would go a long way with us. I would like to pursue doing more filmmaking in the future, but I need the support of all of you. So if you do enjoy it, you know, spread it to your friends, get the word out there. It goes a long way to helping us out. And if you're looking for that link, it's in the description below, or you'll find it right here. Now I digress. Let's get back into this reaction and see what At the Gates has for us.
Welcome to the video shoot for At the Gates.
Definitely sounds like At the Gates. Cool melody. Cool riff, I like it. Proper tribute too, love it. Nice melodic lead there, very soothing. It feels so classic At the Gates. I absolutely love it. Died way too young. And there we have it. That was At the Gates with the Fever Mask, and I have to say this was awesome. I very much enjoyed this. They brought the classic At the Gates sound here. It was very high energy. Melodies were fantastic. It all ran together nicely, but they mixed things up a little bit. This just feels classic to me. And I have to say, as much as I enjoyed watching this, and I think the song is absolutely awesome, it was a little bit of a hard watch because of all the memory photos. You know, nobody's getting any younger, and I mean, dying at 52 is just way too young. And that, I mean, personally, I'm almost 45. That's not far from where I'm at. And that's the fun of getting older, is that we all start worrying about these things. You know, we have to face our own mortality, and that brings a little bit of existential dread sometimes. Now I'm someone who tries to embrace life and make the best of the situation, and, you know, I surround myself with all my hobbies and passions and stuff like that, so it's not something I linger on by any means, but once in a while it gets in under the skin, and I just think it's sad to see people go far beyond, you know, far too soon is what I mean. It's, yeah, so this song was absolutely amazing. The video was fantastic, a proper homage to, you know, Thomas here. I think that was great and definitely suiting, so it was fantastic to see. But it does choke me up a little bit because this was a very influential band, and like I said, it's just a sad situation. Like I said, cancer seems to get so many people these days. Like, what the hell's in our food and what we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis? Like, it's just so prevalent now that it leaves you wondering, right? But nonetheless, this was absolutely amazing. Like I said, enjoyed everything about this. Highly anticipating this album. If it sounds like this, it's going to be a classic for sure, and something I'm going to listen to a bunch. I actually didn't expect to even like this as much as I do. Not because I thought it was going to be bad, but their newer material I've really enjoyed, but it wasn't really on the same par to me as, like, say, Slaughter the Soul, but this really does feel like it is. So I'm really curious to see what the rest of the album brings, because yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. Now, if you're a fan of the band, how do you feel about this, and are you looking forward to this album? I don't imagine too many people aren't, because like I said, it sounds classic to me. I don't think they did anything wrong here, and it's sad that unfortunately this will be the end of, you know, where At the Gates lies, but again, this legacy will live on for many, many years. So yeah, just fantastic stuff. If by some chance you're not familiar with this band, then I highly, highly recommend you go check them out. If you enjoyed this song, there's other songs you will definitely enjoy. They've got a fairly extensive catalog. They did take a break for quite some time, but they do have many albums, and there's lots of great material there, so go check it out for yourself. And if you enjoy them, support them. I'm sure it still goes a long way for the rest of the band, you know, whether it's just to help their music live on, or maybe support future endeavors that the rest of the members might take part in. Either way, helps them out for sure. So if you enjoy a band, support them. That should always be the case. Now, if you have a moment to help support this channel, then please subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Impale that like button, and if you'd like to get our future updates, stab the notification bell down below for that. Also, don't forget about those socials down below. You can follow me on all of the major platforms. Of course, the original link is down there. I also play in some extreme bands as well. There's links for those below. If you take the time to listen to something, I would love to get some feedback from you. But first and foremost, it would mean the world to me if you could check out my short film, so please do that. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of your support. Hope everybody has an awesome day. Cheers, everybody. Stay sick.